Good morning, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another full self-driving video. All right, so my challenge is getting the car out of park every morning because it's dark in the car. If you're new here to the channel, thank you for clicking on the video. Hopefully it's a little entertaining for you. I mean, if not, it's a FSD drive. They get boring after a while now on version 14. But I had a little problem back there putting the car in, starting in FSD because the cabin is so dark. It's hard for the camera to pick my face up so you can, verify that I'm actually in the seat. So every so often, I have to I use my phone. I mean, I can literally put the car in drive and then hit FSD. But I know that if I take my phone light or open my phone and put it up there so the camera picks up the light, the cabin camera will recognize my face and then give me the green light to go or the blue light. But with that being said, I'm on the way. I'm going to I'm doing Mad Max mode today. Only because I'm not late, but I'm almost cutting it close, and I don't like to be late, so we're gonna be Mad Maxing the whole way to the job. It says it's supposed to be 18 minutes because there's no traffic. At least right now there's no traffic. So we're gonna run it for a little bit and see how it takes, how he handles. And if it'll get to us to the destination by the allotted time, which is 4:43 a.m. And it's very promising so far. So I'm on Tesla's not the latest version, 14.1.4, which it has, the end of destination, feature where it parks itself. Is it'll do curbside, it'll do parking spot, or it'll just park in the parking lot. If you go to a supercharger, the car actually will back into a supercharger. Or if there's a stall that's down, FSD doesn't know which stall is down, so you have to actually, I made the car come to a complete park in whichever stall it goes to, and then I back out, pull out, and then pull in the correct spot. But in the version 14 branch, we have a bunch of different profiles for speed. We have the sloth, where it does the actual speed limit and under. So if the speed limit is 25, it can do from 0 to 25, and it will not cross that threshold. Then we have chill run, kind of the same way, but with the exception of going 2 miles per hour over. And do a lane change here and there. If the car in front of it is going way under the speed limit, it'll go around. Sloth won't go around, it'll just stay behind them. Now then we have standard is the average of how, I want to say, me and you drive, me and the average person drives. All right, so we got construction in the road here, and FSD have to negotiate going around traffic, and they execute this flawlessly. I mean, I did tap the accelerator just a little bit because it was a little hesitant when it first saw the 1-lane road ahead, but there was nothing that says the road was closed, so FSD was confident enough to go straight through. But yeah, as far as the driving profiles, we got the car that's double parked right here in the road, no hazards on. As far as the standard profile, it drives regular, more so like how I would drive. It's a little bit more conservative, but it doesn't take none of the BS. It does lane changes pretty frequently to go around the slower cars and everything, but it's not as aggressive or as slow. And then we have hurry, which tends to, if you're on the highway, it favors the left lane a little bit more. And it'll do the speed limit with no problem, but then it speeds up a little bit more. I want to say it's maybe like another 15, 20, 25% more acceleration over the previous speed profiles. And then of course we have Mad Max, which it almost drives like a NASCAR racer, because it weaves in and out of traffic if you're on the highway. And I haven't used it to the point where it exceeds the max speed limit of FSD, which is 85 miles an hour. I haven't make it go that high because if I'm on the New Jersey Turnpike, speed limit is 65. I will go no more than maybe like 75. So I'll toggle between hurry and standard. I won't use Mad Max, only due to the fact that there's a lot of speed traps on the Turnpike, and actually on 95 too. You have, the state troopers, they position themselves in certain strategic areas, and I'm not trying to get caught by them speeding on FSD. So I run between hurry and standard, and it's easy to control the profiles just by using the right scroll wheel. When you're on the highway, you go scroll up for, the faster setting, scroll down for the slower setting. And it handles it no problem. It's very good. All right, so far now, it said we should arrive at 4:42, so we actually gained 1 minute since we started. So that's a good thing. FSD come to complete stop, guys, at traffic stop signs, which is the rightful thing, the lawful thing to do. And in certain scenarios, it's comfortable, and in certain scenarios, it's not. Because if you got a line of cars behind you, and if FSD comes to zero and it stops, it just avoided a slight pothole that was in the right lane. And that's another thing too. It tries its best to avoid potholes, but at the end of the day, it can put you in an awkward situation too, because you'll be driving on FSD and the car is just, you know, doing its thing, and the steering wheel just maybe like whip left or whip right, and if you're not paying attention or focus and what the car is doing, it'll startle you, and you'll go to grab the steering wheel and probably try to swing back in the direction of where the car is coming from, and you can cause an accident if you're not used to the system. All right, so we had we actually got three options. So I can go straight down here on Girard Avenue and then get on the S76 exit from there. Or I can make a left here on Belmont and then right on Montgomery and then get on the ramp from there. Or I can take it straight to, City Avenue and then get on the Route 1 from there. But I'm doing the middle one, which is right on Montgomery and then merge onto the ramp. And what I'm noticing also, guys, like the nagging that comes from FSD telling you to pay attention. As long as you don't have a cell phone in your hand, and your hands are pretty visible to the camera, because the camera sees everything that you do with your hands. It focuses on your eyes and it focuses on your hands. So if your hands are full, it'll disengage vision monitoring, and then you have to manually grab the steering wheel to tell the car that, yes, I'm paying attention. But if you keep your hands free and it's in a visible spot where the camera can pick it up, you can drive from here to New Jersey to New York to Delaware without touching the steering wheel at all, or it'll ask you for input. Now, I don't know about the nighttime driving, if it'll work like that consistently for like, hundreds of miles without telling you that you need to touch the steering wheel, but locally, not a problem. All right, so we just make the right on Montgomery Avenue. So when we make the right, we got two lanes, but then it merges into one. FSD rode the right lane all the way down till it can't go no more, and then it merged into the left lane, which becomes the main road for Montgomery Avenue. So I saw on X, there's a water main break down here somewhere. There's a bunch of water down here. Good thing it's 40 degrees, it's above freezing, because that would be a dangerous spot right there. But I saw on X where Tesla is now incentivizing drivers or their car owners to let the world know that they can bring people on and get a I guess, bonus for using FSD. So if you use someone's referral code to test drive a Tesla, you get $15. I guess it's account credit or whatever it is. And if they actually buy a Tesla with FSD, I think if they buy a Tesla with your referral code, I think you get $250. If they get it with FSD, you get $500 referral bonus. If it's a Model S or Model X, I think it's $1,000. No, I think it's a Model S, X, or a Cybertruck. It's $1,000 bonus, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, FSD is really putting itself through the paces. So the speed limit is 50. I'm in the Mad Max profile, and it's doing 72 miles an hour. Now, it's an open road. It can do more if it wants, but I see it's capping itself out at 72 miles an hour. Because I was getting ready to say, why is the car driving so fast? Like just driving past all the other cars. But I remembered, I put it in Mad Max mode. So now we're just getting 2 minutes, because now we said we'll be arriving at our destination at 440. It's fluctuating. But we started out, it was 443, and I wanted to give Mad Max mode a test to see how speedily it would actually, go through local traffic, jump on the highway, and handle itself. And so far, it's doing pretty good. Now, the only thing I gotta try to do is when I get to the end, depends on where parking is. I'm gonna try to see if I can, I have to go in manipulate the map a little bit to make FSD go park exactly in the area that I want it to park. Hopefully park in a designated spot that I would like it to park. If not, I'll make it park and wherever I park, and then I'll take over and then just put it in the correct place. But now, good job, put the turn signal off, getting out of the exit, and we're gonna be jumping in the right lane. Great job. All right, so at the end of the ramp, we have a stop sign. I always miss the stop sign. I mean, I never missed it, but I've never paid attention to it. But when you're coming off the expressway, when you get to this ramp, you see it's sort of kind of hidden, but it's a little bit up high. But I always come up here and I slow roll right here because of this blind spot beside me. So FSD comes up and peeps, and then it's clear, and it goes. And that's pretty much how I would drive. Great job handling the speed bump. I would have went a little bit slower. Here's another one. It goes down to 20, 19, 18. Okay. I probably would have did maybe like 2 miles an hour less than FSD. All right, so this is a ledge right here. And we got here, we actually got, what, 3 minutes earlier than originally thought. We were supposed to get here at 43, it's 4:40. And that's it, that was a wonderful drive, I would say. Didn't have to disengage. I mean, I still have my breakfast sitting right here. I didn't eat it yet because I was running my mouth. But a less than 20-minute drive to get to this destination, I think that's a winner in my book. I didn't have to touch the steering wheel, and FSD navigated me from parking spot, even though I had a little issue with, you know, the interior lighting, which I'm thinking about getting the ambient lighting for the dashboard to get it installed, so that way hopefully it'll illuminate the interior a little bit better, so that way I don't have to keep using my phone or actually manually starting the car from park. And there's plenty of spots. All right, so this is where I'm gonna manipulate. Come on, let's get it back. I'm gonna manipulate parking, and I'm gonna say we need to park right here. Okay, so we'll go there. See, I was looking at the screen too long, and I got a little blue screen that pops up. So I'm hoping it parks on the left-hand side and not on the right-hand side, which it is. It would be nice if it backed in, but it's pulling in. So that was a complete drive, guys. From parking spot to parking spot, 0 interventions. So if you like this content, you know, hit the like button. I wouldn't mind a subscription. I would appreciate it, guys. And you know, if y'all want me to do something special with FSD, put it to a little bit of paces or something. If y'all from Philly, you know, if y'all want me to take it somewhere, you know, that is a little bit more challenging than y'all think, you know, just leave it in a comment and I'll try to do it on my days off. But with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you in the next one.